here. Okay, so good morning, everybody. We have Christine and Jeannie joining us. Good morning, ladies, and Lisa.
Good morning.
Good morning. So we have some more people hopping on, but what we're going to talk about today is how we close when we're in a listing. So I'd like to get some feedback from those of us in the room and those of us online, if you'd be so kind. What are some of our favorite ways when you're in a listing to close a listing? You know, you're having a great listing conversation. Becky, what do you do? How do you close? How do you ask for the sale?
Well, I haven't had many listing appointments. I've mostly helped buyers, so I don't really have a go-to. I've just sort of watched.
I love the honesty. Okay, so she doesn't really have a go-to. Anybody want to share what they do? Or that's why you're here. Okay. Because then he's like, please, dear God, don't call on me. When you're in a listing presentation, what are some of the things you like to use to close, to ask for business? This is the best thing. I like to ask general agents all the time. How do you ask for the business?
For me, I always say to close the deal, I always say time is the essence.
Time is of the essence. Yes. Okay, great. And then what do you do?
That you already thought through, you obviously have this desire, and you don't know until you put on the market. And we have done all the work we can. You do all the data analysis. Why, to begin, you want to sell? You either want to take the money off the table, or you want a lifestyle change, what it is. And then, you know, we did the CMA, we know the price, and you don't know until we put on the market. And I'm on your side, we'll get feedback in two to 3 weeks, and we'll know if we can sell or not, or adjust the price or not, or optimize, you know, whatever that is. But time is the essence, make a decision, take action, and see what it is.
Okay, I like that. So you say time is of the essence. I'm on your side. We've done our CMA. We've got our numbers. This is the time. Make a decision. Is essentially what you're saying to them.
Yes.
Okay, I like it.
Doing is better than not doing.
Doing is better than not doing.
Listing-wise.
Okay, I like it. Anybody else have anything to share? What do you guys use? Gladys, what do you use on a listing presentation? Want to share anything?
Oh, hi, good morning. I didn't get from the beginning.
So we're talking right now about our favorite go-to closes. You're on a listing presentation and you're sitting there in that awkward moment, right? And they're looking at you and you're looking at them. And how do you ask for the business?
How do I ask for business? Just presenting the company and offering the best services and the best negotiation.
Yep.
Promising the best negotiation that'll be on their side and doing the right thing. And I say to
you, Gladys, I say, thank you so much. You have been so great. Thanks for coming.
I said, thank you for, for giving me the opportunity to present my company and my work, basically, you know.
Right. So this is really right there, right? When you're in a competitive listing situation, listen, guys, if it's a referral, if it's somebody you know, it's really easy. Let's be honest, right? But if it's a competitive, and that's what we're talking about, guys, especially if you're going on an expired, if you think you're the only one going on that expired, you're not. Okay, especially as the market is turning, we are all competing, or the good ones will be going after the same listings. This is the whole point. I'm trying to prepare you for the fact that we're not going to be the only people going after the listing, right? We're going to be the best, but we need to ask for the business. So you're going to be sitting in this situation. They're going to say something to you like, Ksenia, thanks so much for coming. We really appreciate you. She just looked at me and said, thank you. You know, and that is really what you may come up with. What would you say, Becky?
Sorry, I just took a bite of food.
She says, thank you. I'm eating my bagel. Thank you.
I would probably say, so thank you so much for your time. Do you feel that I would be the right fit to serve you? Or, you know, something like, would I be the right fit? Or maybe when would you like to get started, or I don't know.
Okay, so she first said, do you think I would be the right fit? Okay, first of all, okay, this is a little painful. Let me help you all. A couple things. Here's some notes to self. Never ask a yes or no question. Why do I say that? 50% chance they're going to say no. Those are bad odds, right? I don't ever want a 50% chance, and I don't ever want to know. Never ask a yes or no question when you're asking for the business, right? During the presentation, sure, there's going to be times for yes or no, but when you are at the end of a presentation, these are not people you know. These are not people you have this great rapport with that have been your friends forever. These are not referrals. These are expireds that you called, that you send a letter to, that you've had a great presentation with, but you need to get them to sign your paper today, because if you don't, there's the next person on the line that's going to be, you know, they have other people they're meeting, right? You need them to sign your listing appointment today. You cannot ask them yes or no. Never, ever say, is there something that will keep you from doing business with me today? That very question will keep them from doing business with you today, right? Horrible question. Never ask a question that you don't want the answer to, okay? That is a question you don't want that answer to, right? Never ask that yes or no question. Don't put them in a situation where you're starting things over again. You've done your presentation. You've already closed, hopefully on commission. We're going to do a listing presentation on Thursday. I was going to do from beginning to end a little bit more about the listing presentation on closing on commission. You have to close on commission. If you have not done that, you need to close on commission. You have to do the CMA. And I don't do a regular CMA. I do a power sellers report. You've already closed on price. You've done your job, guys, right? You've done those things. So now what is it? You've got to get them to start that listing with you today. Whether you're starting the listing, going live today is not the question. It's that you are their agent. That is what you need them to sign on, right? Is everybody with me? So the point is, you can't start over and say, am I the right fit? Right? But what was the first thing we talked about on Thursday? That you set it's when you've already built your rapport. What do you say? You say, there's one of three things are going to happen here today, right? Lori, one of three things are going to happen here today. And I'm good with any of them, right? Because I'm already having so much fun with you. Thank you so much for bringing me here today. But either we're going to hit it off. You're going to love, both of us are going to love the marketing plan. We're both going to totally agree on that. We're going to completely agree and feel comfortable with the price and the terms. And we're going to get started and sell your home and move you on to North Carolina and get you with those grandbabies. Or number two, you may not feel comfortable with either my marketing plan or the pricing, and that's okay. You're not going to feel that I am the right agent for you. Or number three, I'm not going to feel comfortable with the price or the terms that you had in your mind. And I'm never going to overpromise and underdeliver. And therefore, I'm going to thank you for the opportunity, but I'm going to walk away. I said that right in the beginning, didn't I? So why am I going to go back and ask him, am I the right agent for you? I'm not going to bring that up, right? We talked about that when I first started, right? I have earned the right to close by this point. Understand, you've just spent an hour, 2 hours. Some of you, God help you, 3 hours. I don't even know. But you have earned the right to ask for the business at this point. But you never ask a yes or no question. You never ask a question you don't want to know. Do you think Sotheby's is the right company for you? Of course Sotheby's is the right company. There is no other company that does what we do. Why would you ask him that question? Right? Don't ask a stupid question and get a stupid answer. So these are questions you don't need to ask. So what do you do? Oh, well, thank you for asking the question. There is one very great tool that I have used for years, and this is a builder tool. It is called a summary close, and it works like a charm every time. So I'm going to share my screen right now. And here it is. And I'm going to pass it around to everybody in the group here. Yesenia has one. Yeah. Yes, yeah. And I sure have one, right?
Oh, I do.
Oh, you do.
This one.
All right. So you guys are like, what is a summary close? Well, I'm going to give it to you builder style before I give it to you new home style. I mean, general style. You ready? Imagine if you walked into my builder, and sorry to say, we probably spent 7 hours together today because we had a lot to see. And if you gave me 7 hours, we spent the 7 hours, because however long it took, we were going to buy a home together. Yes, we are, because you walked in to see me today. And like I said, 92% of the people who walked in bought a home from me that day, because you didn't walk to my door unless you needed my help. And so I can't possibly let you walk out without getting my help, which was what? Buying a home for me that day. But there's many things that go into buying a home, just like there's many things that go into selling a home, right? But let's think about it from the buy side for a moment. So I'm going to say, Lori, by the way, where are we in a process? There's a process. There's always a process. Buy side, sell side, process. You walk into the new home, the new home arena. What do? The first thing we do is we stand at the area map. We don't do that because obviously I know you know how to get there. You drove there. That area map is my opportunity for discovery. We can look at it. We can talk about where do you go to school? Where do you work? Where do the kids? What do they do? What do you do on your spare time? Where do you like to eat? This is my opportunity to get to know you. Where is that in the general scenario? The kitchen table. That's why we don't see the home first, guys. We go to the kitchen table to build the rapport, to find that 5th and 6th tier questions, to get the real deep discovery so I can find out your true motivation. Where are you wanting to move, but why? Why do you want to be there? Why do you want to move up north? Why are you moving from the north? Because it's cold? Guys, it's been cold. It didn't just get cold in New York, okay? Something changed recently that made you decide to move now, okay? What is it? Okay. Now, same thing. What happens if you don't get there at a certain time? Do you have a backup plan? Is there going to be some kind of problem if you can't get there in a certain period of time? You know, are you going to be homeless, right? Like, we got to talk about these things. You need to know these very important motivating questions. If you don't know that, you're going to sit there with, I need to think about it. These motivating questions are your magic golden bullets. This is what's going to help you when you get to those questions and moments of, oh my gosh, I don't know, I'm scared, I'm nervous. Those are the bullets you need to pull out. If you don't know those answers, you can't go there. That's why you go to the kitchen table first. That's why we stand at that area map. We find out all those motivating questions. Why are they moving? What is so important to them? Why are they coming all the way to this side of town, right? What is so important about that school? Well, it's not really the school. It's the fact that they love dance and they have this really great dance program, whatever it is. You need to know that stuff about people's lives. You've got to get that deep, right? That's the important thing. New home scenario, you figure that out. Then what do? You talk about floor plan. That's when you walk around to the floor plans. You're looking at these floor plans on the wall. You got to figure out their timing. Do they need to build it, or can we get them into an inventory home? That's what you're figuring out. What's important to them in the space of that floor plan? Is it, you know, the fact that they need the master downstairs because their mother's going to come move in with them? Is it the fact that they love to cook, so they need a big open kitchen? Is it the fact, where are they going to spend their time, right? Then once you figure all that out, you go to the topo board in the middle, because now you're looking at home sites. What's so important to them? Is it they want to build a pool, so they want it to be north-south, so that the sun is all over the house all day long? Is it the fact that they want to see the Disney fireworks? Is it the fact, what is it about that? They want to be close to the clubhouse because the kids want to have their parties there, and she doesn't want to be worried about having the liability of kids in her home. Who cares? You got to know all those things, right? And then you first go to the models, but you don't go to the models in all the inventory homes, because less is more. You don't confuse people, but you then take them on the tour. So you end up on a home site. It's either an inventory home or it's a to be built, but you end up on the home site, whatever it is. And when you're standing on that home site, you summarize everything. That's a summary close. Lori, I am so glad you found it all the way over here to Windermere, exactly where you needed to be, because your husband can hop right on that 429. He can get over to work, and you can get right over where you need to be, down by Disney. And then you have the weekend, so you can go over where the kids' school are, and you can also get over to the sports that you need to be, you know, whatever it is, right? And then you have this community that you really love. You love the fact that there's no gate here, but yet you have the privacy. You have that clubhouse, so you never have to worry about having parties in your house, which you love. You also have this beautiful opportunity of this gorgeous 3-car garage so everybody can have a car space. Plus, once the kids drive, they have space for their cars to be, right? You told me that was super important to you. And you love the fact that you have that loft upstairs. The kids can make a total mess and nobody will ever see it. They'll walk in, the house will look beautiful, neat, and all the kids will make the mess upstairs. But that beautiful, huge kitchen, when you were making that manicotti, you better invite me because I'm going to come over. And I can't wait to come for that first kitchen, that damn meal. I better be beautiful. And then love the fact that the dining room is kind of off to the corner. So even if it was a mess, nobody would see it. But I will come. I want to get a mess in with you. I want to start making that manicotti with you. As I love that you make it by hand. That's going to be so great. And then at the end of the night, you and I are going to sit out here with that glass of red wine. I'll bring it. And we're going to be watching the fireworks as it goes off. And you're going to turn to me and you're going to say, Carrie, you're right. This is why we moved to Florida.
Wow.
So the only question is, Lori, are we going to put down the whole 20,000 today, or you want to do 10,000 first and the other 10,000 in a week? Which you feel more comfortable with? Right? Alternate choice close. Does it matter, guys? She's putting 20 grand down. Who cares if she puts 10 today and 10 in a week? Irrelevant. You see what I did? I totally summarized everything that was important to her from beginning to end. And then I asked her a completely irrelevant question that puts her in the driver's seat, but it doesn't matter what the hell she says. 20 today, 10 today, who cares? That's a summary close ended with an alternate choice close. Got it? This is what we are going to do here today. And what's so great about this little form is you're with the seller and you just pull it out as if it's part of your presentation. And you bring it out and you say, okay, great. So Becky, I'm so excited that we had such a great day here today. And we went through the whole market plan. And I totally agree. When we went through that buyer profile, you are 100% right. This is the perfect place for the equestrian buyer. So we are definitely going to work with our partners down at Equestrian Sotheby's in Wellington. So we're going to definitely co-market there. We're also going to co-market with our folks out in Ohio because they have a huge plan out there. So we're going to really focus on that equestrian plan. And we're also going to make sure that we're going to go ahead and get your home with a great broker open with all the top brokers who are in that marketplace. So we're going to totally do that with that marketing plan. Sound good? Now, I feel totally comfortable with that price that we'd set. We're going to come out with that $850. But if we haven't had at least 10 showings and at least one offer in the first 2 weeks, we're going to look at dropping it for at least 25,000, right? That's what we discussed. So put that down. Okay, terrific. Now, as you know, we already discussed that we're going to be sending you that pulse report. So you're going to see everything we're doing every week. You're going to get to see your home in the July and Mansion Globe. You get to click on those links. You can see all that. You can see all the traffic coming through. And then you're going to see from Sotheby's itself, everybody's clicking on it. Every Sotheby's office that's looking at it that we can use also to help work on those targeted plans like we talked about. You're also going to get to see the top countries and zip codes that are looking at your property. So you can see exactly how well our marketing is working. But in addition to that, you know, I'm a freak about communication. And the market speaks a lot of us over the weekend. So I like to reach out to my owners every Monday. So is that okay if I call you or text you or reach out to you every Monday? Now, morning, afternoon, or evening, what works better for you? Mornings, great. Do you prefer a phone call, a text, or an email? A phone call, fabulous. I'll call you every Monday. So the last question I have is when you want to go live. Now, some people say Tuesday's the day. You know, give us some time to build up. Yesterday, well, we could do yesterday, but really, I need to get the photos and all that in here. Or some people think Thursday. Hit them right before the weekend. You know, get some real excitement. You want to do it Tuesday or Thursday? Okay, so we can get the photos in here. Okay, great. So that would be the 20th. Okay, go ahead, sign here. You guys see that? She thinks she signed something. What does she sign? Nothing. That's your summary close. Y'all with me? 10:20. Mic drop. We got it. Questions on the summary close. We're going to practice it. We are going to practice this, but I want to talk it through. Anybody who has questions? I feel bad for those on Zoom because they really can't participate in the role play. It would be great if you guys could role play with each other, but you guys in the room here can role play for sure. I'm going to try to role play with some people on Zoom. All right. So I need you two partner up, Sonia, you're going to partner up with Lori. And you each are going to play. One person plays the seller, one person plays the agent. I want the seller to say, well, thanks so much. I've really enjoyed spending time with you. Appreciate it. And then the other person's going to say, well, terrific. Let's just go ahead and summarize everything we've done here today. You actually should never let them get to that point, though, guys. You should go right into this as if this is part of what you normally do. Okay. Now, those of you that are online here, I'm going to go ahead and stop share for a second. All right. Oksana, can you come off of put your face on?
It's not on yet.
What's your face?
Yeah.
Oh, please. You're like a beauty queen. And she's like, oh,
please.
God. Oh, please. Okay. Well, what questions might you have about the summary close? Do you think this will help you?
What questions do I have that would help me
about the summary close? Do you think this will help you?
I think that it will help me. I think we talked about this before. I've thought about it. I mean, I've definitely reflected on it. I just need to practice it.
Yes, I think you do too. And it's kind of hard. Do you want to try to practice something here with me right now?
Yeah, we sure can. 1 second. Sorry, I'm just kind of multitasking.
Do you want to come back to me and I'll torture someone else for a moment?
Yeah, we can circle back around.
Peyton, I'm going to torture you. Come on.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, so this is your first experience with my summary close.
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
I really like it, actually. I think it would be like a really good way to get them feel comfortable to like work with us. So instead of just feeling, okay, like, well, are you going to work with me? It's like, no, you're reassuring them that you're giving them everything that they wanted in a house and that you listen to them. So they're going to feel more comfortable with, signing the paperwork to agree that you're their realtor.
And more importantly, you never have to ask a question. Do you want to work with me? You're assuming the close. That's the important thing. So do you want to try it?
Yes.
Okay. So you first go over the marketing plan. You say something about your marketing plan. I don't know if you can see it. Here, I will share the screen. Uh-oh. And then you can say it. Let's see, share the screen. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So I'll just say that I'm working.
So you pull it out. You say, okay, great. So first, let's go over. I feel really, always my favorite thing. I feel really comfortable. It's my favorite.
So I would start off by saying, like, I feel really comfortable. Like
I am the seller, so you're talking to me.
Uh-huh.
We're doing a Zoom presentation. You're selling me as a seller.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Carrie, for taking time out of your day to speak with me about, our marketing plan that we have that I'm going to put together for you so that I can, do the best that I possibly can when I list your home. A lot of the things that we offer here at Sotheby's is that we will market your listing globally on a lot of our networks.
You already went through the whole marketing plan. This is at the end. You've done marketing, you've done commission, you've done the CMA. This is at the end of all of those things. You're just recapping everything.
Okay. Well, again, Carrie, I want to thank you for your time. So as we went over the entire marketing plan, Sotheby's is top notch. You're not going to get a better service anywhere else. And I can really assure you that we can sell your home for what you're really wanting it for. And even if, after a little bit on the market, if we need to go down in price after a few weeks, we can definitely consider that. and I'll make sure that I communicate my thoughts on the price that we should drop down to you. And of course, I will, reach out to you every week just to give you some updates on where your house is, who's looking at it, and all of that. But I've given you the CMA already. We've gone over the market and what I think it should be listed for, like I said, and if it needs to be dropped down at all, we can definitely look into that further if it's not getting as much feedback or showings as I would hoped for. And then it goes to how you should be expecting to hear from me. I do plan to reach out to you every week. You'll be getting the market updates with who exactly is clicking on your listing and which part of the world that they're in. So what day works best for you for your listing to go live?
I don't know. What do you recommend?
Well, I definitely think because it's Monday, we should, it may take a few days for us to really like get it set up in the MLS, and I can provide a lot of, oh no.
Okay, you're doing very good. This is brand new to you. Okay, I'm gonna stop share for a second. Okay, so most important thing is what you're gonna practice this. The market, everything is a review. I feel really comfortable with the marketing plan. As we discussed, the buyer for your home will probably come from here, so we're gonna do these things. I feel totally comfortable with the price that we've set and the terms, so I think this is a great start for where we're gonna come in at. As we've discussed, you're gonna be receiving the pulse report and the list track, but I'm still going to reach out to you. The market speaks the loudest over the weekend, so I reach out to my sellers on Monday. Mondays work for you. Do you prefer a phone call, a text, or an email? And then the last question I have is, which day would you like to go live? Some people think Tuesday, other people think Thursday. I picked those 2 days. They're random. But you want to pick 2 days because you want to give them an alternate choice. So don't ask them a random what day because they have no clue. And by the way, it doesn't matter what day. It's irrelevant. It's like some people used to say, well, where do you want your sign to go? That could start a whole other question up. Don't go there. Where should your sign in the yard go? Don't even go there. That could be like a big mess. So what day do you want your house to go live? Tuesday or Thursday? Totally a benign question. It just gives them a choice that they feel like they're making a decision, but they're really not. It's irrelevant. That's the point of it. It's an alternate choice clause. Okay. Good job. All right. Now, some people will go from there. The next step is, I don't think you have to do the next step is close, because then you just whip out the paperwork. Great. So here's this and that, and you just have them start signing. But some people do that. Good job, Miss Peyton. Okay, Oksana, you want to try it? Oksana? She passed now. She's quiet. Oksana. All right, Carrie Bellish. She's hiding too. Carrie, anybody? Lisa, come on, Lisa, you've been a realtor for years.
I'm here, but I am not ready for a camera either, so.
That's okay. So what do you think of my summary close?
So I really like it. So I feel like, to end a meeting and end it positively, I always would like to just basically be prepared to hand them the pen and not really give them an opportunity to say no, but they do sometimes, obviously, for whatever reason. But so I don't know if you wanna jump in and we can role play and I can kind of wing it. All
right, so Lisa, thanks so much for coming.
So Carrie, your house is beautiful and I'm really excited to get started. Some of the things that we need to do to get it ready for other buyers to look at it need to be done before we actually get it to MLS. So I'm really excited to get started, and I have all the paperwork here. So I'd like to start going through and answering any questions you have so that we can get this signed and get moving.
I have a couple more appointments, and once I've done that, I'll give you a call.
Well, let me tell you a couple more things about what we're going to be able to do for you. And just keep in mind that to get out there ahead of things right now, I know who's coming in to look, and we have a buyer analysis that we do, and I know who's out there now. And you have to take into consideration that the market, the rates are going to go up, and you may have a smaller pool of buyers next week or the week after. So I am fully ready right here, right now. Can I ask if there's anything that you are looking for that I haven't discussed today?
You know, I don't know because I haven't seen anybody else yet. You're my first appointment, but you know, don't worry. I have 2 more today and 1 more tomorrow.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, all right. So that's where I would get a little stuck. See, I think, Carrie, part of what I'm looking at it. No, this is Carrie. Okay. So the part that I would be a little bit stuck on is really sort of driving it home, because unfortunately, I don't think that I have that level of confidence. Like, I don't know who my competition is right now here. You know what I mean? But I think I need to work through some of that, which is obviously why we're doing this. But you know, I think that it would be great if I understood more about, I would need to go into the listing appointment, understanding probably what other agents have sold in that community.
Let's switch sides a second. You're going to be that seller, okay?
Perfect.
Now, I would have done the summary close, and I think that we probably would have just rolled. But let's say I didn't, and let's say what happened, you know, I did what you did, and you said, I have some other people to see. Okay. And you said, so if you said I have some other people to see, let me ask you, Lisa, just out of curiosity, the other people you have to see, are they from global companies?
Oh, that's good. Okay.
You're the seller.
I don't know if they are from global companies, but so I don't know. I can't answer that.
You know, the reason I ask is really because I'm not aware of any other global companies in our market. And as interesting as that might have been, like probably not as relevant, maybe a few months ago, even, or certainly not a year ago. Today, with the way that our market is and the way that our mortgage, of course, situation is, because, you know, as you and I both know, of course, rates always change every day, but now they're changing like crazy every day. To rely on our local market is very difficult. And so what we're finding is that it's so important to have buyers from not only outside the area, outside the state, nationally, even globally. And so we are finding that it's so imperative to be able to create the buyer profile and to be able to really see where buyers are coming from and work with our affiliates outside of the area. So I actually have come with some reports from other homes that have been listed in your area, in your neighborhood, in fact. And I can show you, see, these are other Sotheby's offices outside of our state where they have actually had other customers really interested in your home. So these are the first Sotheby's offices I would actually work with to help find buyers for your home. Do you think that would help?
I think that would be great to see that. Yes.
Now, also, you might know that these companies here in California, these buyers are very highly qualified buyers, and the homes that they're selling, obviously, probably will be more of a cash buyer for you. And do you think it might be a nice, you know, comfort to you to know that these buyers are very highly qualified buyers and probably not as reliant upon the mortgage rates that are changing? Do you think that would be nice to know?
That would be great. Yes.
So do you think that the other companies that you're going to be interviewing that are here local, that are really relying on the 3 Ps, placing the home in the MLS, placing the sign in the Art of Praying, as someone here locally will find a buyer for you? Do you think they'll be able to have that same kind of collaboration nationally?
Well, you certainly seem like you understand what is going on, and I don't know that I have that level of confidence in someone else, or that I will. So I think this has been a very good presentation.
So, you know, I know that you want to get going, and I know how important it is to be there for the birth of your grandbaby. And as we discussed, once we even get that buyer, it's going to take at least 30 days to get you in contract, get the appraisal out here, and get you where you need to go. So I know time is of the essence. Are you really willing to give that opportunity up of not being there for the birth of your baby, to chance it, to hear what other people have to say when they're not even having that collaboration with outside brokers who even have the opportunity of getting the buyers that we have?
I think that's pretty convincing. So yes, I think that would be something very hard to object to. So I think let's go ahead with it.
I think we should. Let's get you started. You see?
Okay.
This is where you got to know about their motivation, why they need to be somewhere. I would pull from why they need to be somewhere at that moment in time. And definitely the fact that there is no other company that does what we do. And this is where I would have had those list track reports pulled to show the other homes in the area or the community, in fact, if I could pull them, that have other offices that have traffic for that property.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can pull that.
Right. Okay.
Nobody else will come with that.
So is that list track report, I know that I've seen it and you've talked about it before. Is that something that only you are able to do, or is that something that we can get into through my hub?
Well, you have a list track report, but only on a listing. I can pull it for all of the listings. So that's what I'm saying. I can see if there's other listings in that area, and I can pull that, throw your picture on it, and you can go with it.
Okay, that's fantastic. Okay.
Yeah. So if you say, hey, Carrie, I need your help. I'm going for this Expire, especially an Expire, because you know it's competitive. Can you pull me something that's in this area? I can pull a report, throw your face on it, and you take it.
That's great. Okay. Well, this is definitely helpful, because this is something I think, and it does, you have to refer back to that summary close, and then tug at their heartstrings a little bit too. And
yeah, it's really, I mean, when you go into the summary close, hopefully you'll avoid that. Hopefully you won't get that stall, because it just rolls, right? That's the problem about sometimes if you use a different type of close, they may stall you. But because the summary close is pretty, it gets the ball going, and it goes right into the alternate choice close. And so it's a building type of close. And then you can go into the next step close if you want to. But in case you get that, then you need to be able to have the tools like that list track report to be able to pull out, right?
Right. Perfect. Well, so the when you popped it up on your screen to share it, could you share the entire picture or email it to us, because it was like the first 3 fields were showing on the screen. So I'd like to just make sure that. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I can try to throw it in the chat. Let's see if I can. For the Village Walk. Andrea, I can try to see. I'm sure I would have it for Village Walk, because we've done definitely listings there. I just have to pull it and see where I can find it. Absolutely. Let me see if I can put.
Thank you.
Sure.
Carrie, it's a little bit hard to hear. It's a lot of background noise.
That's because everybody's practicing their summary close.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the problem. Doing this type of thing with Zoom is hard, because everybody's really working on their summary close. It's really more of a,
You don't have my face as well, because my face is not on.
Barbara, but I know your face.
If I could you pull up a list track report for an area? How long will it take to do that?
Well, let's take a quick peek and see, shall we? Let's see what we got. Let's see if I can pull one up now. What area, Barbara?
No, it's in St. Cloud. However, it's not a community. It's not like in the community, so it's a little tough. It's off of, I could give you a street name. No?
Well, let me see what I find in St. Cloud.
Or a zip code.
Let's see what I can find. Hold on. You guys can see my screen,
772.
Hold on. Let's see what I find. I'm pulling up list track right now. Everybody can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. How's it going, guys? Are we all practicing?
It's so exciting.
Did you switch?
Yes, we did.
Liar. Switch.
We on the way.
All right.
Okay.
Let me see. All right, let's just do this. All right. Hey, guys, come on back. We're going to show you right here on the screen. I'm going to show you also what we can do about the list track report. So we had someone say, well, we need to think about it because we have 3 other appointments after you. And so with the 3 other appointments after you, one of the things we said is, well, let me ask you, are those companies global? Guys, are there any other global companies in our area? Truly global companies? No.
No.
But RE/MAX is not global. They may have companies that are in other areas, but do they work together? And so this is where we can prove a difference. So we could say, well, let me show you. This is what we're able to do. And we pull out a list track report and we show we had sold homes in this neighborhood. And these are other Sotheby's offices that had buyers that were interested in this neighborhood. And so the first thing we could do is contact these people immediately and start talking to them about your home. What other company can do that? Do we have any other company? No, because RE/MAX does not work with other RE/MAX offices. Coldwell Banker doesn't even work with the one across the street, right? They're all competitors. Only Sotheby's works with each other because we want to help each other sell. We are the only brand that co-lists. Do you know any other office that co-lists with each other? I don't. We listed the Jockey Club here in Orlando and with Equestrian Sotheby's. No, they fight each other. They don't collaborate. They compete with each other. They are not owned by the same people. So they are different people that are franchised. See, with Sotheby's, because our brand requires that we have to own a region, right? That's why in Central Florida, it's all Premier. That's why Tampa down to Naples is all Premier. That's why one Sotheby's is Miami, is coming up the Eastern Seaboard. And that's because they want to foster the whole brand to collaborate with each other so that they do not create this competitive environment. And because of that, that's why we have these reports like List Track that shows us what other Sotheby's offices, like here, you can see.
I send you the picture, like I face myself, the office in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And I also face myself, the office in Napa Valley.
Yeah, see, that's beautiful. That's called Circle the Globe, SIR. That's Circle, SIR, Sotheby's International Realty. Okay, so we look at this. We go here. I'm going to go to my Narcoossee office. Let me see, Barbara. Let's look at Narcoossee. And what's the zip code, Barbara? Barbara? Barbara, you muted yourself.
I need to come back up.
Okay. What's the zip code?
It is 34772.
Let's see. No, I have no listings. And let's see. Let's see if I have 34772. See if I can find it in Dr. Club. 34772. Let's see if I say St. Cloud. Do we have no listings in St. Cloud at all? We have no listings in St. Cloud. We do. Susan has a listing there.
One this morning.
Do we know what the zip is or the?
There have to be listings in St. Cloud.
There are. I got to figure out what they are.
It's 34771.
No, what's this?
I need 772.
5056 Caspian Street. CASPIAN.
Hold on, I'm getting a lot of feedback here. It's weird, but I'm getting too much feedback. You're not even in here. Oh, here it is, 5056. Oh, who's, let's see, who's is not, who did? Let's do that. All right, there we go. Let's see. So here we go. This one is in, oh wait, 9. What the heck is Jack calling?
You want the MLS?
Hold on, let's go back. Am I in Narcoossee? Oh, it's Dr. Phillips now. Changes all the time. He said 5056.
Caspian, C-A-S-P-I-A-N, Street.
Oh, this is so annoying. Narcoossee. 5056. Did it just go live?
Cindy sent today, it said new listing.
Oh, that's probably not feeding yet. It takes like 2-3 days to get through all the feed.
You want a zip code or?
No, it's a brand new one. Let me see all the listings. Let's see. See, the thing is, I need to know. This doesn't say the streets here. Let's see. Yeah, see, it doesn't tell me where Indian Deer Road, where I think that would be. Let's look. Hickory Tree Lane. These sound like they could be St. Cloud. I mean, I don't really know. Let's see. They don't tell us where they are. See, they just say, they don't say if they're St. Cloud. That's the problem. They don't say zip code. Because do you know what Susan, let me see, I have to pull up the last. Because Suzanne Abshire has 2 in St. Cloud right now. I have to pull it by street address or MLS ID. Leaseholds. Yeah, so if you guys see one in MLS, it's annoying. Let me know the street address. Zip code won't let, I can't search by that apparently. Ugh. Does anybody else have this problem in MLS?
Yes.
What the hell? Drives me nuts. So annoying. Like, seriously? I did not change my login.
There's a problem logging in this morning for some reason.
It happens to me all the time. It does not like me anymore. And I do it like 3 times and then I can get in. I don't understand it. It's really weird.
At least I'm glad to know it's not just me.
Happens to you too? Yeah, look at that. See, now I'm in. It's bizarre. I don't.
Twice. I have to do it twice. So I don't even like try to click sign in. I like go to the page, exit out, go back, hit it again.
So bizarre.
Does anybody else smell cigarette smoke?
No. It's weird, really. That's strange. Thankfully, I don't. That would be terrible.
So, Gary, I'm in the MLS and I have a bunch of St. Cloud. What do you want?
But is it yours or is it ours? Has to be our listings. Yeah, it has to be our listings. Susan Abshire. Susan's our agent. She has listings in St. Cloud, I know. There's Susan. Here we go. Here's the St. Cloud. Yeah. Where does it say St. Cloud? Do I have to actually look in each one? Oh my good Lord. I think that her 4 million is St. Cloud. St. Cloud. There we go. Let's look at this one. All right. Let's see here.
Does that say commercial?
It's land too. Her style is commercial, but it's listed as
That's commercial.
It might also be listed as land though, isn't it? Oh. 4 million, it's listed as land. If it's listed as commercial, it won't be in here. Let's see. Marcusi. Well, I probably won't have a lot of people looking at it though. Here it is. Of course, it's probably not like kind to what you're looking at. Probably shouldn't have picked the $4 million one. Someone favorited it. Yeah. But this is a list track report right here. So even if we just picked, we could show them right here. Let's go. It's still loading. It's so painful. I think we should pick another one. The residential. Maybe this is a good one. Is this same cut? Okay, this might be better. This is residential.
Does it have to be our listing? Or?
Yeah. Yeah, because list track is only for us.
Okay.
Yeah. But this is a house. Let's see this one. Let's see here. That's it, right? Hickory Road. Let's see this one. Let's see. All right. I don't know how long she's had this one, but let's see what we got. It's still loading. Oh my God, it's so slow. Still loading. Okay, so it shows us, so we could come and say, see where people are coming from. We could print out this report and have this ready. So if we look up here, no. Give you a little example. Oh my God, it's so slow. And I could switch and put your picture here.
Yes, I appreciate it.
See that? Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it.
All right, so I am going to download PDF. It's still loading, but when it's done, I will download the PDF for you. And I'll put your face over here and your information and send that to you.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. So
Thank you.
You guys see how we can do that? These are the kinds of reports that I can give you to prepare you. So when you go on these listings, you have that to be, you know, to be ready to really fight any other brokerage. No other brokerage will come with that kind of data.
Hey, Carrie.
Oh, you got to the report.
You won't have that because that wasn't your listing. Yes.
So the statistics that are showing on that, is that specific for that listing or is that for something that could be used for that neighborhood?
Well, that was particularly for that listing, but that's the point. We do a lot of listings in this area. Here's an example of who's looking in this particular area, this particular listing. We all use this data to help already find buyers for yours.
Okay, so the report you would be able to help us with would be a wider.
Well, it depends if I could find you in the neighborhood, if we have a listing in that neighborhood, or if we have one in the area. It just depends on what we have, right?
Okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I hope you guys all got something good out of the summary close. The most important thing, guys, is to prepare yourself with a tool that just makes it easy for you. But this summary close, you have to practice. You know, it's like, you saw how easily it just ran off my tongue, right? I've done it a billion times. We did it at the builder. I've done it in general sales for years. And it's just like something you pull out of your bag. You say, okay, great, let's just continue. We'll go up. I mean, it's just like something you would normally do. It's like as if, okay, this is the next step in the process. It is a process. Every presentation, every buyer, seller, you have a process, right? Just like ninjas, it's a process. So it's just next step. Okay, let's review the marketing plan. These are the top things we're going to do. We're going to make sure we do these things. The buyer profile says this. This is what we're going to focus on. I feel really comfortable. Great word. I feel really comfortable with the price we came up with. Did you set the price? Who sets the price?
The market.
The market. I feel really comfortable with the price we've agreed upon and the terms we're going to offer to this person or that person. It's going to be cash. It's going to be, we're going to put in there about the professional program that anybody, if they're a professional, can buy this with no money down, just like the doctor program. We're going to put that in realtor remarks, right? This happens to be in the demographic because it's in the Lake Nona area that if they don't have a home currently, they can buy this with no money down and no PMI. We're going to put that out there in the market. Right? Come up there with these extra things. If you are selling a home or you're going for a listing in Lake Nona and you don't bring that up, why? That is something that you can offer to the buyers that nobody else can. Now, whether or not they choose to do it is not our point, is it? But does it make it more appealing? You know, Mrs. Seller, are you aware that there is actually programs in this particular zip code where if somebody had sold their house yesterday, they can qualify to buy your home, no money down with no private mortgage insurance? Is that amazing? We can make sure that the buyers are aware of that. We can couple that with our marketing to make your home seem even more appealing than your neighbors. Guys, hello. That's huge, right? We just gave your home a huge marketing advantage on your neighbors. Does anybody know that it's not only her home, it's every home in this area? No. Is it our job to educate them on that? No. Right? They think it's just her home. Who cares? It's not our job. Our job is to give exposure to her home. That's our job, right? These are the things. You've got to take every tool in your toolbox to make you and your offering better than the next. Also, Mrs. Seller, I know that your home is an 18-year-old shingle roof, doesn't it? And I bet you might have heard or may hear from other people that you're going to have to change your roof before you sell it. Have you heard that? I have great news. We actually have a partner, Premier Concierge Insurance, where we can offer the buyer to buy your home with their insurance, and they will actually insure a property as long as it's in great condition like yours with an architectural shingle roof up to 20-year-old. So what we can do is be proactive and put that insurance policy information in the realtor remarks so that we don't hear about that when it comes time for inspections. How do you feel about that? What other realtor is going to be that proactive? How many other realtors are we going to talk about that are they going to tell her that she's going to need to change her roof before she sells her home? Right? Either they're not going to talk about it or they're going to need to tell her that she needs to change it. But if we come to her and say, hey, great news, we have an insurance company that can actually write policies for architectural shingle roofs up to 20 years old, and your home is in great condition and your roof is architectural shingle, correct? So we can call him right away to see if that's a possibility. Do you think we're going to get a better chance of getting that listing? Right? We're the only proactive realtors out there. Use every tool you have. Premier Concierge Insurance, South State Bank with their programs, right? Use them all. And our global network, use every tool in your toolbox and then add it in here. If you want to add that as part of your marketing plan, put it in there, right? Why not? Questions?
Carrie.
Yes.
Quick question. So how, after, like, let's say an example that, you know, the seller has issues with, oh, you know, we want to interview other agents or we want to do other stuff. And then you bring up the situations as far as Listrak reports and, you know, talking about how we have certain features and programs in Sotheby's that we can offer to them. Do you then bring it back to the summary close and tell them, okay, is everything okay? Let's sign here. Or like, how do you bring it back together? Because I mean, you're in a sense, you're throwing them this awesome information. How do you tie it down again? Do you,
I would pull that in under the marketing plan. I would have probably thrown that in during the marketing plan when I was doing that. I would have been adding that into the marketing plan. Or if they throw back an objection, I would throw it in. But honestly, if I'm in a competitive sales situation, that would have been part of my buyer profile, that I would be prepared for that. You know, I mean, a buyer may be worried about spending extra money to have to redo the roof. So part of the buyer plan would be to be prepared offering Premier Concierge Insurance, right? Also offering the possibility of these types of insurance programs. So I would have had probably came ahead with that, and that would have been part of my offering. Then when I'm going through my summary close, I would have probably brought it up again during the marketing plan, just to reiterate it.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Those are the things you got to think about ahead, because when you're in a competitive, if it's a referral, it's different, guys. But when you're in a competitive situation, you have to think about what are people telling them, and you have to tell them something different. You got to know what they're saying so you can tell them something different. That makes sense? That's why we never say CMA. We're going to say you're going to hear all about CMA, because everybody's hoping that someone else is going to sell it. So they're going to say about the competitive market analysis, because that's what other realtors are going to use to sell their home. And of course we'll do that, but we're going to do it really more from an appraiser's standpoint. But what we're going to do is, because we're really looking for the buyer, is we're going to do a power sellers report, because we want to put you in the driver's seat. Right? Like, are they hearing that from anyone else? No, because I made that up. Okay. Sounds good though, doesn't it? And if they've heard it from anyone else, that person worked for me, because nobody else does a power sellers report unless they've ever worked for me. So there's that. Okay. These are the things we're talking about. You know, people are going to talk about open houses. They're going to talk about lots of open houses. You're going to hear that in a competitive cut. And of course they want to do open houses because they're looking for buyers for themselves, not to sell your house, but to sell them another home. Listen, we'll be happy to do an open house, but that's not what we're interested in. We're interested in selling your home, not just finding a random buyer. So we're going to do VIP events. What's a VIP event, you ask? Well, we're going to actually ask the neighbors to see if they have anybody that they want to be their neighbor. We're going to ask people that we specifically think would be a good fit for your home to come to this VIP event. Why are we having a VIP event, guys? Because we're looking for sellers. That's why we're having a VIP event. But we're not going to quite see that, right? That's the point. You see, we have to have a different vocabulary. We have to say things differently. Does that make sense? Anybody? Thoughts? All right. Well, I will thank you all for coming.
Oh,
yeah.
Will you be able to send that summary close example to, or is there a way we can find that online, or?
Yeah, no. I'll email it all to you. Actually, can you jot down all these people for me, Lori? Write down Lisa, Christine, Peyton, Barbara, Gladys.
Lisa, Christine,
Peyton, Barbara, Gladys, Alejandro, Angie, and Andrea. And then all you guys.
Angie and who?
Andrea. Okay. All right, guys, I'll email it out to you now. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carrie.
See you all tomorrow at the Alfond Inn. Bye.
Bye.
Wait, Carrie, I thought that was on the 20th, not tomorrow. Oh, no, just kidding. Just kidding. It is tomorrow. Whatever reason, I'm thinking today is the 18th, but no, you're right. Tomorrow.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.